love these Rattlesnake Hills up here in the northwest part of Yakima Valley. Soil's so cool. It's special. It's not a very big part of the vineyard land because it's only a few miles wide, but it has made some pretty famous wines. It was part of making the Lake Hole 83 Merlot that was so special, and a lot of other beautiful wines. This soil is several million years old. It's different than the rest of Washington State. It's up at the top of the hills. It's not at the bottom. And so these vineyards capture a really unique flavor in the soil that is transmitted up into the wines. And I love it. It's just delicious. It's bright and flowery. It lets us grow the vines with easy water deficits. And we can really craft the shape of the vines in a way that allows us to build flavor just exactly the way we want up here. It's a really special flavored part of the valley. There's a couple other spots that have some cobblestones. Walla Walla in the Rocks is really famous for that. It's 100% basalt though, totally different than this. This is all this different rock from the Cascade Mountains, all the different stones that are up in the mountains there. And this variety creates a different chemistry that's totally different than, say, the rocks, the basalt rocks in Walla Walla Valley. So we're going to naturally have the wines imbued with different chemistry and imbued with a different flavor. It's just built into the structure of it. You're looking at an old riverbed of stones that have traveled 100 miles. And like most rivers you raft or kayak down or canoe down, you see them all around it. And it's these rounded stones that are evidence of having come so far. The river had been washing down from the Cascades every year, all the time, a lot of fresh water, high energy, moving these big stones, washing snow and ice, super clean water, keeping these riverbeds washed free of debris. And so this is by definition a poor soil. So it's soft here, and the vines can carve their way through it effortlessly. All these little stones and big stones, it just moves their way right through it. This is caliche. It's a chemical salt that gets dried onto the rocks from the desert environment. The wetting and drying creates a salt layer, and the salt's attached to the rocks around it. It's called caliche. Some people call it, it's a lot like chalk. It's not chalk. It's got some of the chemical similarities to it. They always say that vines need to struggle. They need poor soils. The problem is if they get good soils, that they grow too big, and big vines don't make good flavor. In the cycle throughout the year, you're asking the vine just to grow fruit, and the light and shade that you're going to use with all this sunlight is going to imbue that fruit with flavor. So wet, generous soils with lots of nutrient create big vines that you can't control. Thin soils like this, in the really amazing environment we have, allows us to easily control the health of the vine by simply giving it water and a little bit of organic nutrients every year. That lets us build the vine that we want, and that's what lets us control flavor. There we go. Now we're up on top of these rocks. What a beautiful place to put a vineyard. Love it. So when we're up on top, now we know what's underneath us. That's so helpful because now the half of the body that's underground, we know where it's living, and we know what we can do with that. We know how the water is going to move through it, how we can monitor it with tools, and the expression above becomes more predictable and more reliable when we see our patterns of pruning and shoot thinning and watering. And the temperature is so much more predictable when we have a consistent soil underground.